Here's that something might blow your mind. See, study shows that 43% of everything that you do in a day is actually habitual. Nearly half of your actions aren't deliberate choices. They are automatic routines of your brain that runs in the background. Think of that, almost half of your life is on autopilot. That's like saying if your life was like a movie, you wouldn't even be in control of nearly half of the scenes. They would just play on repeat. The question is now here, are those scenes the ones that you want on a replay, or are they keeping you stuck? Welcome to the channel. I am Sumit, your Dream Builder coach, and today we are unlocking the secret to powerful habits. So, we will talk about why habits are the foundations of personal growth. Okay, the real science behind how they form and the exact steps that you can use to not just set habits but to stick to them. And I am not here to give you any fluffy motivational lines. Okay, I am going to give you the proven strategies backed by neuroscience and psychology that can change the way that you show up every single day in your life. Okay, so let us begin to understand that what is this problem, right? Let's be real. Most of the people already know that they should build good habits. We all have tried it. Maybe you wanted to start journaling or going to the gym or doing yoga, meditating, CrossFit, etc. You probably started doing this strongly. Okay, you felt I am unstoppable for the first few days. You thought this time I have got it, I have nailed it. Ow. Okay, but then life happened again. Work got busy, you got tired, Netflix dropped a new season of series, and suddenly the habit slips away. You miss one day, then 2 days, and then soon the habit is gone. See, it doesn't feel like just a failed habit. Okay, it feels personal. You tell yourself that I am not disciplined enough, I can't stick to things in my life. That gets frustrating. You are not alone. Let me tell you that. Research shows and proves that around 80% of New Year's resolution fail by the second month of any year. 8 out of 10 people give up less than 6 weeks. But here is the truth. It's not that you are weak. It's not that you don't have the willpower. It's that most of us are fighting the brain's wiring with the wrong approach. We try to muscle our way into new habits instead of designing them that the way the brain actually works. There is a science behind this. Let me break it down in understanding what is a habit. See, a habit is simply an action that your brain has automated, okay, to save energy. The process happens in such a way in a part of a brain that is called the basal ganglia. Okay, it is the same region within your brain that manages the patterns and the routines. Think of your brain like a computer. Habits are shortcuts like macros that help it run faster. Instead of spending mental energy every time your brain says, oh, I have done this before, let me run the script for you. Okay. The basic structure is called the habit loop. What is it now? It is called the cue, the trigger actually. It could be a time of a day, a location, an emotion, or even another action. Then is the routine, the actual behavior. Then comes the reward. The payoff, the dopamine that hits and tells your brain, yes, keep this one. Example, you feel stressed, that is the cue. You grab your phone and start scrolling to the social media, that is the routine. You get a moment of relief, this is the reward. So dopamine is released, your brain says, perfect, perfect, man, let's log that in. Here's another big myth buster. Habits do not take 21 days to form. Okay. That's just a catchy myth from the 1960s. Research from University College London, Google it and you will find it that it takes anywhere from 18 to 254 days for an habit to become automatic part of you, with the average being about 66 days. So, if you have ever tried something for a few weeks and thought, why isn't it sticking yet? It's not you, it's the biology. So, now that we understand the science, how do we use it? You'd say, Sumit, how do we use it? So, let's talk about this. It's called like a strategy. See, cues are king. Habits don't appear out of nowhere. Okay, they need a trigger. See, if you want to drink water, you will keep a bottle filled with water at your desk. If you want to stretch, you could do it right after brushing your teeth. See, time, place, and existing routines are your most powerful allies. Now you shrink this habit. One of the biggest mistakes is going too big and too fast. I will meditate for 30 days. 30 minutes every morning. No, you won't. At least not consistently, but you can sit and breathe for at least 5 minutes. Absolutely. Small is sustainable. Make it satisfying. Your brain runs on rewards. If the behavior feels pointless, your brain won't repeat it. Okay. So that doesn't mean that eating cake after every workout, it could be simple reward of crossing it off a tracker, or pairing this habit with something you already enjoy. See, you need to learn how to stack it. Piggy your new habits onto an old one. Okay. After coffee, you journal. After showering, you stretch. After work, you walk for 10 minutes at least. By attaching new habits to old habits, you tap in into routines your brain already recognizes. Track, keep a track. Ever noticed how satisfying it feels to tick off a box? You know, that little streak counter in is dopamine in disguise. Habit trackers, journals, even a calendar X, these tools aren't actually childish, they are brain hacks. So let me ask you today one thing. What's one habit that you have tried before and you struggle with? As you think about it, was the problem the habit itself, or that the cue, the reward, and system once set were not set right for you? Let me make you understand this more better by giving you a real life example. It's about me and my spouse. So my spouse wanted to start reading years back. Instead of forcing herself to read for 30 minutes, what she did is she started keeping it tiny, one page a night. She placed the book on her pillow every morning. So at night, it was impossible for her to miss it. So, what is the cue over here? It's a pillow. What is the routine? Read one page. What is the reward? A calming ritual plus the satisfaction of a check mark. After 2 months, one page turned into two chapters. Now she doesn't even think about it. I see that she's just reading. Compare that to me. I also wanted to read. But my plan was I will read 30 minutes every night before bed. No queue, no environment setup, just willpower. I lasted about 10 days. After that, flat balloon, flat tire. I don't read often. Okay. I prefer listening to audiobooks. So what I want to say is my wife built a system and I relied on motivation. And as we all know, motivation is like a Wi-Fi signal. It drops actually when we need the most. Haven't we experienced this? Yes, we do. So what's the big secret? Here it is. Habits are not about your willpower. They are about consistency, environment, and identity. See, consistency matters because repetition rewires your brain. Okay. Environment matters because context drives behavior. And identity matters because the strongest habits aren't just things that you do, they are who you believe you are. Think about it. If you tell yourself, I am trying to quit smoking, your brain still identify you as a smoker. But if you say, I don't smoke, that's an identity shift. The same goes for fitness. If you say, I am trying to work out, you are relying on willpower. But if you say, I am an active person, the habit starts to flow naturally from that identity. Yes or yes? So, this is the real secret. Don't chase habits, chase the identity they represent. Let me share with you the 7-step blueprint. So, the first step is that you pick one habit, just one habit. Don't overwhelm yourself in this. Second is define the cue. There could be time, place, or event. Be specific. Third is make the action laughably small. Don't go for aim for big. Keep it small. Fourth is pair it with a reward. Okay. Fifth is you keep a track of it visually. Track it visually. Sixth is you aim consistency over perfection. Miss one day, fine, but never miss two. Okay. That puts a lapse. Seventh is reflect weekly and adjust to that, to the drawbacks or fallbacks. See, bonus I can give you is attach it to your identity. Don't say I am trying to write. Say I am a writer. Even if it's one sentence a day, no problem. That helps. There could be pitfalls, but every fall has a fix. If you say I don't have time, start with 1 minute. You have time now. I feel off track. The golden rule, never miss twice. Remember this. It's boring. Change the reward. Okay, reward it differently, but not the habit. My schedule keeps changing. Make portable versions of those habits. Example like if you cannot go to the gym, do push-ups at home. Now, this all comes to one thing, that is the mindset. You need to have the mindset shift for it. And here's a big mindset shift. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your system. See, your daily habits are the systems that determine your future. You don't need to change everything overnight. Rome was not built in a day, right? You need to change these small actions that adds up over time and time and time and time, because habits are the compounding interest of behavior. Just as you invest money in different growing assets, you receive that money after years of compounding interest. Your habits also grows in to that character, your identity, your life ends up in a good thing. So here's one very good quick recap. Okay, remember, habits are cue, routine to reward. On an average, it takes 66 days, not 21. The secret is consistency, the environment, and the identity. Start small, track your progress, and design systems that work for you. Okay. Now, before signing off, I want to hear from you what's one habit that you are working on, or even one habit that you have failed at before. I sincerely want you to drop in the comments. I'm trying. Let's make this as a conversation. I'm here to, as a dream builder coach, to help you find solution to your problems. Okay, and please help me with this. Drop the comments below. And finally, if this teaching has given you some value, then please just hit the like button, share it with the friends so that the YouTube algorithm knows it reaches to the maximum and more people benefit from this. Okay, you have stayed until the end. I really appreciate this. But before you leave, I will just ask you to grab a pen or take your phone and put down one habit that you want to build. Write the cue, the first tiny step, and the reward. That's your homework. Remember, don't wait for motivation. Build a system, build identity, build the habits that will actually build you. Once again, I thank you for your listening. I am Sumit, your Dream Builder Coach, and I will see you in the next episode. Till then, blessings.